Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Talisha and I also go by CreativiTeeByT. Thank you so much for stopping by. In today's video, I'm going to share with you the things that I purchased when I was at the sorority sewing retreat. So I purchased some fabrics, I purchased some notions, and I purchased some other random things, but it's all kind of sewing related. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and share with you now what I purchased. And if you're wondering, since I normally don't have a view with like this much space, but I want to make sure that you can see everything that I purchased well. But if you're wondering, since you can see this much space, what I have on today, this is the Tacoma blouse that I made 5.5 years years. Sew Your View on Instagram, they have their monthly challenge, and this was a free pattern from the Mood Society. It is a peplum style top, and I wore it today to a funeral. A friend of mine's grandfather passed away, so I went there to support her, and she mentioned that the colors were purple, gold, and black. I'm assuming that she wanted me to wear those colors, and so I thought, what do I have? Well, the only purple that I have is a dress that I made that's like crushed velvet, and it's too hot. It's like 80 something degrees here, so I just figured this was close enough. So I wore this top and with the gold pencil skirt that I made. But anyway, I will go ahead and link that pattern in the description box below if that is a pattern that you may want to try out. And I will now move forward with showing you everything that I picked up, and I'm going to go ahead and start with the fabric. So for the fabric that I picked up, I didn't pick up a lot because I had no space in my luggage whatsoever. Luckily, my good friend, my bestie Sheree, had some the vac seal bags, and she had a couple of extra ones, so she encouraged me to get the fabric, and she vacuum sealed them, and I was able to stuff those in my bags and then some on my carry-on bag, I'm sorry. So I was able to get a few cuts, and I'm gonna share this first one with you. Now this one feels like kind of like a Liverpool knit, but it is not. They gave me the name and I misplaced the ticket, but I do have it somewhere. So if I find what kind of knit this is, then I will make sure that I will put it in the screen and in the description box below. I went into 4 fabric shops while we were there in Dallas, Texas. So all this was purchased in Dallas, Texas, and I will put the names of the places that I actually purchased them in the screen because I didn't write it down to tell you right now. So this was the last shop that we went to that had fabric, and this is a knit. Like I said, it kind of reminds me of a Liverpool knit, but it is not. It was a name of a knit that I've never heard of, and so it's given chevron, but it's so nice. It has a good amount of stretch to it, and it is, you know, a 4-way stretch, but obviously this is the grain, so this is I mean, not the grain, this is the most amount of stretch that it gets. It comes this way. So I thought that this would be nice. I actually want to make one of the wrap dress patterns that I have with this, because this is a structured enough knit that I can use. And so yeah, I thought this was nice. And while this may seem simple to some, this is not something that I've seen in any, well, I don't have any fabric shops anymore except for the little small portion in Hobby Lobby when they have apparel fabric. But even when we had Joann's, I have not been able to get a hold of anything with this type of print, and I do like a black and white. So I got 3.5 or 4 yards of this. I can't remember. 60 inches wide is definitely plenty enough to do what I want to do, and I hope there's enough to make a tank afterwards. So that is the first print or fabric that I got. Okay, so for this next fabric that I picked up 2 yards of this ponte. I think it's a ponte, but it actually feels a little bit more, I don't know, like, what's the word that I want to use? It's fancier, it feels better, it feels more expensive. Okay, the quality is better than a ponte knit. But here's the stretch. So it's not a whole lot of stretch, but I do believe it is a stretch, like a ponte knit stretch fabric. So I again have 2 yards, and I purchased this to make a pencil skirt and maybe like a tank to match, because I have a set like that I really enjoy. But I'm still contemplating on what to make. I do have enough to make one of my hip bag dress patterns that I have, because it only takes 2 yards, and so I could make that and have you know, a complete look with the dress, or I can go with the two-piece. I'm not really sure yet. But the reason why I didn't get any more fabric than this is because I didn't think I would be able to fit it. So yeah, we'll see. I might go ahead and just stick with the two-piece because I have the other blue fabric in my stash to make the dress. But yeah, this is a very nice quality fabric. This was only, I think it was $5.99. Yeah, it was $5.99 a yard, or it could have been $3. I think it was $3.99 a yard, and it's just such good quality. Like, I don't know how they do it. And that black and white fabric was $5.99 a yard. So yes, again, this is the fabric, and I will go ahead and put in the screen which store I purchased this one from. And let me go ahead and share with you this next fabric. And this one I got 2 cuts of, because when I was looking at it, I was like, oh my gosh, I could do this and I could do that, I could do this, I could do that, and then I was like, I need more. So this is what it is. This is a charmeuse, and I don't even know if charmeuse was ever stocked at my Joann's when I had it. But look at this fabric. It is gorgeous. These are leaves, you know, like a bundle of leaves with this. It's like a copper, not a copper. I don't know what this color is, but you get the point. It's so nice and silky and heavy at the same time. So I decided when I was looking at it that I wanted to make a long maxi, one of those silk maxi skirts, and I do have a pattern for that. So let me go ahead and grab that for you. I have a couple of patterns that I can use, and this first one is McCall 7931, if you can see right here, and I would make the longest view. But then when I looked at the measurements for the longest view, it's not going to hit the floor. I want it to hit my ankle, you know. And so yes, you can use the lengthen or shorten line, but sometimes you know that's considered a pattern hack, and you have to do all the measuring, make sure it's right. So I don't know if I feel like doing that. So here's another pattern that I have. This is McCall's 8068, and this is the view right here that I would make view D, like the one at the very bottom. This is a learn to sew. Now my only issue with this pattern is that there's 2 front darts, and I don't know if I want to put darts in this pattern. So I might go ahead and hack this, you know, we'll see. But either way it goes, I want to make that. And then alongside with that, I also want to make a tank top, and I have already cut out a tank top and adjusted the strap pattern piece to make sure that it matches. And it's the tank top that came from Mimi G's book Make It Yours. I also have a butterick pattern over there in the corner that I could use for that as well. So basically just like a spaghetti strap tank with this maxi skirt, and I think I'm going to make that for my birthday. My birthday is this month, and I think it would be nice. It would be something different. I try to make something for my birthday every year, but the silky maxi length silk skirt, you know, with a tank, it's not something that I've ever made before, so that'd be different. So yeah, just keep your eyes open to that. Okay, so for the next fabric that I purchased another silky. This is not a charmeuse. This is just, or is it? I don't think it is. This is just another silky, and I got this from a different fabric shop, and of course, like I said, I'll put it in the screen. But here it is right here. Now you know I can't see a silky animal print, and I get it, right? Yes, this is going to be so dope. And I'm going to just make the same skirt that I make out of the other charmeuse skirt with. I'm going to use that same pattern, whichever one I decide upon, and I'm going to make another long maxi skirt out of this silk fabric. And this one, I'm not sure if I will have enough fabric left to make a tank. Hopefully I will. But if I don't, I'm going in the project knowing that I'm basically just going to get a skirt out of this. So I hope I do have enough for that bonus tank. And yeah, I gotta have it. So, or I could make a shorter length skirt to make sure that I get the tank in this one. But for sure, I want the long one in the charmeuse. So this is this cut of fabric. And let's see here, do I have another? I do. This next cut of fabric that I purchased from that same store, and I have always wanted this cut of fabric. It's a shame that I have to travel to get it, but that's okay because I know where to go now. And look at this. Look at these big polka dots. Oh my gosh. When I saw it, I was like, because I was trying to resist and not purchase anything from that particular store. But when I saw it, I was like, I gotta get it. So yes, this is a silky. It's polka dot, and I have the perfect pattern. It's a simplicity pattern, and I don't know if off the top of my head, because like I said, I was just kind of running, and I came straight into this room to record the video while I was still made up and clothes on and stuff, so I didn't have to do it later. So I didn't come prepared with my notes, but I would definitely put the pattern in the screen. But when the pattern came out, I knew that I wanted to make something like this. I just didn't have the fabric, and even the fabric shop in Chicago didn't have anything with these big circles. So yes, I'm here for it, and you'll be seeing it. Okay, so that is it for the fabric cuts that I purchased. And so let me share with you some of the other things that I purchased. We went to another store, and we went to this store last year as well. This store has so much stuff in it, and it is geared towards HTV, iron-ons, patches, and tumblers and things like that. So it's a very nice, and it's pretty big DIY store. So they had these coats in here. If you watch Sheree Thomas's channel and you watched her shopping haul from the sorority retreat, you will understand what I'm getting ready to say, and what I'm getting ready to describe, and you will see the actual finished look. So let me explain to you what I purchased. And like I said, if you haven't watched her channel, go over to her channel so that you can see the finished product. But anyway, they in this store had Letterman jackets, and a lot of the women from the sorority group have been purchasing these. Although we do have cardigans that are on the website for sorority, we also, some of us purchased these because this is part of our color and our theme and things like that. So we have sorority patches, we have pins that we get every year, and there's also pins that you can purchase, and we're just dolling it up to have a Letterman jacket for sorority. This is one of the patches that we received while we were at the retreat, and it says "Looking Good, Soarer." And so then there's also a big crest patch that I'm waiting to have sent to me in the mail, but it looks like this as well, but it's much bigger. Okay, and Sheree has the patches already sewn on. I was actually sick during the retreat and I forgot to do it. So yeah, I'll have a big crest patch like that, and then this patch, and then all the other pins that I have collected since being part of sorority. And so this jacket was only $20, and so it's like, how can you just leave it there, right? And so that was the first thing that I purchased. Now, while I was perusing the aisles, I noticed that they had children's sizes too, and I also asked to make sure, and so someone pointed me into the right direction, and I was able to get these for my boys. I got the same size, and these were also 20 bucks. So yes, I got one for each of the two little boys. And then to go along with them, wait for it, my boys, they play basketball. I don't know if you know that, but in the winter and in the fall, in the winter, they're on the league. And so because they sell patches, I was able to pick up basketball patches, and these were only $1.25 or $1.50, and then a bee. So look at that. That's gonna be so cool. And I don't know, I may reach out to them and see what other type of patches that they have to add on to it. So maybe I can put their last name in the bag, you know, or our last name, you know, put it in the bag. And yeah, how dope is this? Yes. And so I got enough balls and enough, you know, the bees to do both of their jacket. So, so two of each, 2 bees and 2 basketballs. Okay, so this is the bee close up. All right, and then the basketball is still in the plastic, but you get the idea. Okay, since fall is coming up, I picked up some other patches, and so I picked up this pumpkin and this pumpkin. It's like a gray with orange hearts. And this is a more common style of a pumpkin. Here's a brighter type of orange pumpkin. I picked up this pink pumpkin. Isn't that cute? And then have another one that, oh, I think this is the same. Another pink pumpkin. So I thought those would be super fun. To just put on some projects. As far as the fall theme goes, I'm thinking of making like a patchwork tote bag. Yeah, a patchwork tote bag, and in some of the patch areas I was going to like put some of those patches in within the patchwork square. So that's my idea, and also using those to maybe put on some wristlets, fall theme wristlets. You know, I thought that would be fun. Alright, the next couple of things that I purchased were heat transfers. I have a big huge press. I used to make a lot of personalized t-shirts for people around COVID time, or you know, when they go on vacations. So I really don't do a whole lot of that now, but I do it for myself. And so I found a couple of them that I thought were so cute for me. And the first one says boots on the ground, and it is this little Betty Boop. Look at that! That is so me. That is so me. I love this. And all I have to do is heat it up and press it. I have t-shirts up there, blanks for days. Okay, so I can make this like any day now. I was just kind of waiting to make this video. So here's that first one. And then the second one I got was this one. This one also says boots on the ground. Look at her with her fan. Whack, whack, whack. So like, I love the little line dance, boots on the ground. I'm boots on the ground in it all the time. And bring it up close because that ring light reflection, I think, is kind of getting in the way, maybe, or maybe not. She's got on her little outfit. Isn't that so dope? So yeah, definitely going to be putting this on a t-shirt as well. Which one do you like best? The Betty Boop or a little cowgirl with the red lips? Yeah, so yeah, I love that dance. And you know, if I have a t-shirt on like that, I will be ready all the time, even though I'm always ready with my fan. Okay, so all right, and then this here came from the industrial sewing machine shop that we went to. So they had some I don't know what it's called, but it looks like chalk. It looks like transfer chalk. And I have yellow, blue, green, and white. And so you make your transfer like for your darts or, you know, pleats and things like that, or just maybe even a stitching line. And then once you're finished, you put the heat on this wax transfer, and it disappears. So it's like a disappearing ink pen, you know how that, which is what I use most of the time. And then you put the heat on it, and I just thought this would be nice as well, because I noticed that I run out of ink all the time, even though I have a million refills for my heat transfer pens. And so this would be nice if I just had it off to the side instead of having to run and go into my little bin and get the refill and change it out and go back, you know what I'm saying? So I just thought this would be a little bit convenient, although people have mentioned that this wax transfer also leaves ghosting behind. I have the same issue with the heat transfer pens on some fabrics, so I definitely need to test a scrap piece of fabric before I use it. All right, everyone, so that is all for my haul. I hope you like it. I'm still gonna come on here and give you a recap of the actual sorority retreat and share with you the things that we received as our gift and in our grab bag and things like that, and the things that I won 2 big things. Okay, so definitely stay tuned to that, and let me know what was your favorite purchase out of this haul. Like the jackets, I got the 3 jackets and the patches and the heat transfer wax sticks and the t-shirt transfers, and then the fabric. Okay, there's a little recap, but yeah, let me know which one was your favorite, and out of the fabric, which one was your favorite. I think mine is gonna have to be the charmeuse. So thank you everyone for joining me. I appreciate the time that you take to watch my videos. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.